Hello and welcome to a new video. In this video we're gonna discuss how to create an enemy AI, the one that can roam and attack you. So let's delve into it. So we click the control spacebar to go into the content drawer. Then we gonna select a new folder. We're gonna create one that encapsulates also the thing we're doing. Let's rename it NPC. You can always change it to whatever you want. Then we select a blueprint class, then character, then we give it a name. BP, it's always BP with like a blueprint. If it's an animation we say ABPP. That's like the standard way. We got NPC AI. Yeah. NPC is basically an AI, but you can change it. So we open that, double click it, go to mesh. Now we select our mesh. For this one we're gonna select the, let's see which one. We're gonna search for Quinn. That's why we select the character, the blueprint, so we can have a capsule and a mesh. That's why there's different kinds of blueprint. Yes, that's it. Yes, that's the one. So we're gonna orient it now 90 degrees to the right, or 270, it's the same. Lower it a bit. That's too much. I think 90 is good. Let's see. That's good. Try 85. You can play with these values. When you play you see the character, how it orients on the floor. Here's the capsule. Then we're gonna add a sensing AI. We're gonna call it pose sensing. This is the way we can let the AI see the character. Then we're gonna go to peripheral vision angle. This is currently 90. You can change that. We can make it more narrow, 70, so it doesn't detect on the sides and stuff. That looks maybe good. Let's go to 50. Want it more beam-like. Alright, that looks good actually. Save it. Go to events graph and on CPawn we're gonna create this one. We have to create a variable. We're gonna name it SC player, so this will actually like save when the player is C or not. It's gonna be a boolean. We're gonna choose the set because we're gonna set it now. Yeah, we connect it to the on CPawn, and we have to tick it because it's IC player by default. Compile. Want to create a custom event now. We'll rename it to follow player. One thing to note is on CPawn it will trigger when the pawn sees the connected, probably the in our case is the player. So now we'll have to connect the set to follow the character, follow player. This will actually enable it to follow the player. Self-explanatory. And here's the follow player. It's like a different branch. It's basically like continuing from the one above. So that there's the branch. The branch will actually, it's like a switch statement. It's like true or false. So if it sees the pawn, it will go to true. If not, it will go to false. Now we're gonna drag the variable and and now we're gonna variable and select get, so we can see if it's seeing it. That way we can actually like select if it's true, if it can see it. Then we're gonna select AI move to. This is the basic function that can move the AI without having to code it manually. That's it. So there's two ways of doing like AI in Unreal Engine, basically two ways: using blueprints as we're doing now, or using behavior trees, which is more advanced. As a beginner or even intermediate, I think this is the best way to do it. In the future I'll show you how to do like behavior trees. For now we're gonna select the pawn, basically itself, because it's the current pawn. You can use like a node for it, like we're doing now, as a shortcut. And the target character is the player, so we're gonna search for get player the character. That's it. Here's something you can do now or later, but choose to do it now. You have to select the nav mesh bound volume. This is basically the way we tell the tell Unreal Engine where the air character would move. There's a bounding box. We have to expand it along the floor, the mesh of the floor. You can see it shows as green area. If it's not shown, you just press the P key on the keyboard and it will get shown. It's not very optimized here. You can see it's not covering each area. We're not interested now in optimizing. In the future I'll do it. And we're back now. We're gonna tackle animations now. It's a good time to get into it. So we're gonna create a new folder, call it animations or animation. We have to go to animations, then legacy, and select blend space 1D. Yes, that's the one. Alright, we're gonna select the mesh now, skeletal mesh. Yeah, we're gonna select this one. We're gonna rename it now and call it blend space. We have to find the speed now. We're gonna just search for it, it's easier. Speed, maximum speed is above. Can't select it for some reason. Gonna give it a name now, call it speed for the horizontal axis. Now it's turned on. Maximum axis speed is 600. We usually get this from the main character. If you open the blueprint of the main character, you're gonna see that he has a maximum value of 600. You can go a little bit below or above it, but you usually have to make sure that the animations also adapt to the speed. I'm gonna select the idle now. The main idea here is to blend between two or more animations seamlessly depending on speed. I'm gonna select this here, and this is the start. We're gonna put it at the start. I have to select the green one, the walking. Stretch it a bit. Then we're gonna select the run. This one, usually the green iconed ones, the ones that you can drag. So we're gonna stretch this even further. So this one usually has to go in the middle. Depends on the animation and the number of animations you want to blend. We're gonna put it at the middle, so you can see the changes that happens to in the previous section above. We're gonna save, go into the level. We're gonna create a new folder called AI. We're gonna copy the blend space into it, so it's a little bit more neat. You can change the folder structure as you like. This is the way I've done it now, but in the future I'm gonna do it a little bit more differently. I shouldn't be inside the animation. We're gonna create a new animation blueprint. This is the actual blueprint responsible for the animation. even the first person, third person character has one like this. We're gonna create it from scratch. We're gonna call it blueprint animation. We're gonna call it blueprint NPC animation to be somewhere consistent with before. Gonna open it, go to class defaults here. You can see that there's the output pose. We have to find the blend space. Yes, that's one. We're gonna drag it, connect it to the result, and we want a way to control the speed, so we're gonna find the speed node. Yeah, and we promote it like that. We select promote. That's it. Save, compile and save. So you can see it's working. We go to event graph, and now we select cast to, and we select the blueprint we created before. This will cast to it. I'm gonna connect the event blueprint update so I can update while running. Have to select the NPC AI, get character, and we select get character movement. Then we select get character movement. Yes, that's it. We're interested in the blue one, the character movement, and we're gonna remove the get owner. We're gonna replace it. Then we drag to select the node. We get velocity, the one in yellow, that's the one we're interested in. Then we drag and convert it to vector length so it's in usable format. Tidy it a bit. We just copy and set the speed, and we connect it to the cast to blueprint. Then we return the value. This is the input. We go to the NPC blueprint, select mesh. Now we're gonna select the animation blueprint we created before. We have to go to the viewport. Then we're gonna select the animation class, and here's the one we created before. This is the custom one. Compile and save. This is done in the character blueprint. Now we have to drag the character blueprint so we can put the AI in the scene. As you can see now, it's working. Yeah, as you can see, it's working now. It's getting closer. Yeah, it's attacking. It's very fast. I think we should slow it down, maybe a little bit. Now we have to set the acceptance radius. This is the one that allows it to trigger. We're gonna lower it to 60 so it's less sensitive. We have to connect this one. Forgot. Now we have to create can attack. Now we're gonna this is basically to trigger the attack animation, and so we're gonna create the variable and its boolean as well, then drag it. Yeah, we're gonna get, not set, so this will happen on the success. We have to branch, and this one's gonna be connected to the AI movement. Now when it's true, have to select another we have to select the set can attack, and we have to select it as yes by default, so it can attack. Tidy it a bit. Now we have to select the animation montage. So for this to work, we have to go into, I'll show you in a second. Tidy. We have to create here another node that can attack. So by default, when it starts, we can allow it to attack. and this one actually has to be not by default. Now we have to go to Blueprint NPC animation. We have to make space here and for the montage to work. So we drag and search for default slot. This is like the default slot that allows the animation, the montage animation to work. So we search for animation montage, and we select the Quinn character. Now we're inside the montage. So here's where we select the default animation. So we'll find the punch animation. This is for attacking, and add it to the timeline. You can find these online, and I'll link for you in the description where I got mine. I got them actually from another tutorial, to be honest. At this stage I'm following other tutorials, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm building a game, so that's the tutorials for. So it doesn't matter I'm following individual tutorials, the main goal is to accomplish the game. So we're gonna search for the kick now. There's punch and kick. We're gonna create like a combo. So you can create one after the other like this. As you can see, one will finish and the other will. If you notice that there's the character is a bit stretched out, we're gonna fix that later. I'm gonna select the montage we created now, then compile and save, run the game. You can see now, here's the stretching I told you about. We're gonna fix it later. You can see it's working. So the montage basically like doesn't blend like before, like using the blend method before, but it does adds a couple of animations together. It's like montage in a film. You can see the character is a bit off the ground, and this will get fixed. So now we're gonna go to the event graph. We have to select a delay around the amount of the animation, so we can give it time to play. So we set the duration automatically, you don't have to set it manually. Then we choose the set can attack, and we're gonna enable this so to allow it to attack. We also have to put false here branch. The same thing, just create the node, put it in place. This time we're gonna leave it unticked. Next we're gonna work on the tick event. The idea here is to check every tick that if we can attack or not. This is like a another layer. We're gonna find the branch node, add it. This is basically an if statement. So we're gonna select the variable, put in the collection, then drag the character movement. So we want something to instantaneously stop the animation and movement. So we're gonna put stop active movement node. Sorry, the stop movement immediately. That's the one we want. I'll put the target as the character movement. We play it now. Go to the player. Gonna see he's gonna start attacking, or she's gonna start attacking. When we're far away, it's gonna stop. Now it starts again when they see us. Yeah, that's it. So there's one fix we have to do here, is that the AI move to we're connecting the branch to the output, not the on success. I left this. I could have like edited here while editing the video, but I wanted to show you that mistakes can happen. So this one, we're gonna change the node, select that one, delete it, and drag the on success. Yeah, that's the way to do it. So now we're gonna fix the character getting stretched issue. So as you can see, the animations here are the ones we downloaded. As you can see, even here it's stretched, all of them. So we're gonna retarget the animation. Just open the targeter, and we're gonna select the gonna give it a prefix so we can know which one is that, IK underscore, and put it in a specific directory so we can find it in animations. And now we have to change the mesh. So we're gonna select the Quen character, and now it's correct. You have to keep in mind that there's two versions of the character, and on the Engine 5 there's the mannequin for the on the Engine 4 and 5. Some animation will work with this and some will work with that. If you have stretch or a character that's stretched, always try the other mannequin. Let's just add it and see. Yeah, as you can see, it's not stretched. So you can either use the mannequin with the correct animations or retarget animations to the newer mannequin, vice versa. So we add the second one. So now we're gonna go to the scene, check it, and the character is the correct size. So as you can see, the nav mesh is not entirely correct. This is gonna lead to the latest stages in the game. Now we're gonna go to top view, and just for suspense, we're gonna add the character to the alleyway you see here to the right. Yeah, so we're gonna drag it. We chose the top view because that way it's easier to, yeah, we've put it here so it's like more dramatic that way. When we get into the alley, it's gonna attack. As we go on with the game, we're gonna put the characters in different places and stuff. One more thing we have to do, we go back to top, and we're gonna have to expand the nav mesh so it covers the whole area, because the character is in the alleyway. Speed it up a bit. So you can see it's green now. We'll go into the game. We'll pick up the car because it's a little bit far. That's the beauty of having multiple pawns or ways of traveling. I'm gonna go right. The alleyway is to the left. We're gonna get out of the car. Into the alleyway. Here's our shady character. We get into his range of sight and it attacks. Yeah, alright. So he's a bit fast. Just fast. We're gonna get in the car to get away from it. So that's it for now. Stay tuned for next video in the series. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. This is very important so that I can make more videos. It takes a lot of time for me to fix issues, come up with the ideas, video record them and stuff, and then edit. I would really appreciate it. Thanks.